One stage. At one stage, they fight a troll, okay? And Artemis says to the girl, I haven't read up much on trolls. What do? It's like, what the fuck? That's your whole thing. The whole thing is that you know everything about this world as much as you can. Like, what do you mean you haven't read up much on trolls? He's like, I'm an expert in everything a fairy does and all this kingdom and everything. That's how I've managed to outsmart all of you. And then he's like, I haven't read much on trolls, though.
Yeah, but hey, at least the CGI for the troll is really bad.
Terrible,
as well, because just like everything else in this movie.
Dreadlock troll. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 47 of Straight to Series podcast. My name is Connor.
And I'm Ian.
And welcome to today's podcast. How's everyone doing? Don't answer. It's okay. How are you doing, Ian?
I'm doing grand.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good, yeah.
It's hot.
It's warm. It is hot.
It is very hot.
It's a hot one.
Yeah.
It's a hot one, all right. So what are we going to talk about today on Straight to Series?
Oh, well, we're going to talk about the magnificent Artemis Fowl.
Ireland's own Artemis Fowl.
Yes, finally.
Yes, finally.
It's made it to the small screen.
Finally, thank God.
We got a director that knows what he's doing.
Kenneth Branagh. Who could fuck this up?
Not Kenneth Branagh.
No.
Can't wait to get into that.
Can't wait. We're also going to be talking about the DC Fandome.
Their own Comic-Con?
Comic-Con, 24-hour live stream Comic-Con. It sounds very interesting.
You're going to stay up for all 24 hours of this?
Hell yeah. I'm going to sign in for everything to do with the air cut that they may talk about.
Can't wait.
That's the only thing I'm going to watch.
Can't wait.
Do you think that's going to be before or after James Gunn talks about the Suicide Squad?
I don't know, man. I just want to skip. I want to skip to the air cut. I can't wait to hear what they say about that.
We'll get into it later. We're also going to include the Zack Snyder Justice League teaser in that.
Yeah, we got a teaser, an official teaser.
And then we're going to be talking about, related to the Fandome, the special Straight to Series project that we've been working on.
That this guy's been working on.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that later anyway. But for now, let's get into Artemis Fowl.
Let's do it.
So
it came out last week. We had better things to review, I guess.
Yeah, we did.
We did The King of Staten Island and That Five Bloods.
You should check that episode out. It's very good. We're very proud of it.
Both of those films are great, and Artemis Fowl is
not great at all. Before we get into this, can we spoil Artemis Fowl? I think it's okay if we spoil it.
I'll try not totally spoil it.
Okay.
Because I don't really care. No, it's not that I don't even care about what happens in it. It's just nothing really happens anyway. Yeah. So I think I could review it without spoiling it.
Totally.
You know?
If we want to get into the differences from the book.
Oh, so, sure.
We'll see.
We can spoil a bit of it.
We'll spoil bits and pieces of it.
Touches of it.
Yeah, definitely. It's not like anyone's waiting for this movie anyway.
I know, but there's so many Disney Plus subscribers that I actually think a lot of people will watch it.
We'll check it out.
Because there's nothing else on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Well, in original content wise.
Where the fuck is Onward? I've been waiting for that to come to the Disney Plus here.
America got it.
Yeah. What the fuck? Why are we getting Artemis Fowl? Oh, well, it is Irish technically.
I know. Well, the world got Artemis Fowl.
Yeah.
And the world, most of the world got Onward, but we didn't.
We didn't get Onward. I want to watch that.
I know.
That's what I've been
you'll
waiting.
love it. I actually think you'll really like it. Especially since you have a younger brother as well.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for on Disney Plus, but no.
We got Artemis Fowl.
And we're going to get the Artemis Fowl 5-episode miniseries behind Artemis Fowl, just like inside the Mandalorian or whatever.
It's going to be equally as good.
Equally
as good.
You said you're going to reach out to Corridor Digital to break down the CGI in this movie because it's so fucking terrible.
It's terrible.
Awful.
And sometimes it's okay.
Yeah.
It's almost like bad direction and bad people. I hate saying it, but like the crew, some shit. Someone dropped the ball. Many people dropped the ball.
I think they lost frames of the movie. Just lost them entirely.
I don't know where they are under like Colin Farrell's couch or some shit like that.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
He's putting in work in this movie, by the way. Colin Farrell is the only one.
Josh Gad.
Josh Gad is...
You made a good point. You're like, Josh Gad seems to know what he's doing. He seems to know what type of movie he's making.
Yeah.
A bad movie.
Well,
Hammy.
He's kind of like... I'd associate Josh Gad as kind of like the musical guy. So you can be in a shitty production of a musical and you can
still work.
ham it up. You know what I mean?
True,
That's kind
true.
of what he's doing in this movie.
He just does a silly voice for the entire
he's
film.
doing a deep Artemis Fowl voice.
He's not even Artemis
He's
Fowl.
not, I know.
He's I forget
Mulch
his-
Diggums.
That's the one.
Mulch Diggums.
Yeah, Josh Gad. He's a big name. Judi Dench, Josh Gad, Colin Farrell, and Kenneth Branagh behind the camera. You're like, this is going to be great. This is going to be Harry Potter.
Yeah.
For Ireland.
For Ireland.
And
really isn't.
It isn't. It isn't. There's nothing magical about this.
This film is missing an Irish director. I think they could have brought someone in to do a decent job of it. Get Martin McDonagh in to do this movie.
I think it's just missing everything. It's missing so many elements. It's missing someone who understands the source material.
Yeah, that's for sure. Why couldn't they bring anyone who's read the book in as a consultant on this or something?
Or someone who read the book and liked it.
Yeah, I know.
Rather than someone who read the book and went, well, let's change all of this.
Let's change all this.
Let's just keep the name.
That's just Disney, though.
I know.
I can see.
Is it though? Like, is it?
I don't know. I can see Disney's hands in a lot of the plot choices in this movie.
But Disney usually makes clever, I want to say clever creative choices.
Pixar.
Well, do you know what? I'm thinking Kevin Feige usually makes clever creative choices, you know?
And Pixar get to make clever creative choices.
Wait, this is just simply Disney. And I don't even know, was Kenneth Branagh, I want to give him credit. I kind of want to say he wasn't present, which I know it's not giving him credit, but I kind of just want to think he didn't intentionally make this movie the way it is. He just didn't care. But maybe he did. I don't know.
Disney are the people who've brought you 2 Maleficent movies.
They have. They've also brought us to Alice in Wonderland prequel movies.
And they've brought you remakes like Lady and the Tramp and Beauty and the Beast.
Or pains me to say... what's it? The Lion King.
The Lion King.
It was photorealistic CGI, which was such a weird move to make.
You can't tell the lions apart. You really can't.
Also, the lion is now sad.
Yeah.
But a lion can't naturally make a sad face.
No.
So you gotta just roll with it.
Roll with it, baby. I don't know.
And there's a Beyonce song.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Beyonce in this, we're going to give her a song.
Why it pains me to say that, it's not even how much I love The Lion King, because I love The Lion King,
but
it's because Jon Favreau directed it. And it was his choice. He was like, hey, I got a genius idea.
Yeah.
I had this idea for this tiny Star Wars TV series, but fuck it, we'll put that to the side. Let's make The Lion King a photorealistic movie.
In fairness, the Jungle Book was so good that I was kind of hoping
Disney's like,
yeah,
there's all the money you need.
There's all the money you need, which Artemis Fowl did not get all the money it needs.
It still got some money.
Enough.
It got 125 million, which for this movie, it's a tight 95 minutes.
It's a tight
95. I actually, honestly, I read loads of reviews that said that this was so hard to watch. It flew in for me.
Really?
It actually flew in for me. Now, I didn't like the movie, but it was almost like from the beginning to the ending, I felt like I watched an advertisement or I watched a trailer for a movie. I don't think nothing happened, but things happened, but nothing happened.
It was a slog for me, I have to say. I was just sitting
there.
You're
attached, though, to the original.
I was sitting there thinking about the book the whole time and being like, I made that noise about 5 times throughout the movie.
Do you know what angered me more than anything?
What?
That he took precious Colin Farrell time.
Yeah.
That annoyed me. I love Colin Farrell. I love Colin Farrell, and I know he makes some bad choices at times, like Artemis Fowl.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's made a fair few bad choices throughout the years, but I just think he's went through the whole Hollywood blender and has come out, and he seems now to come out self-aware and really genuine.
Yeah.
You know, he ticked all the boxes. He did all the drugs, all the rock and roll. He did a sex tape.
That we've watched
numerous times. Probably his finest work.
Always, yeah.
And he came out the other side, and now he just seems like a clever, articulate human being who's very self-aware, and he's very humorous, and I just like him even more.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate to see him in this, especially when he's actually doing a good performance.
Got like a hair up my nose.
It's okay.
Itchy
hair.
So yeah, how dare you take precious Colin Farrell time away from us?
I know. I love that we have the Wikipedia article, by the way, and it says Artemis Fowl was originally intended to be a theatrical release. It could not have been a better decision to put this on streaming services.
It could not compete.
It could not
compete. But also, we got to say, Disney Plus is in a serious original material drought.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
They really screwed up. And without the pandemic, the virus that shall not be named.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to get demonetized.
The opal cobalt virus, or whatever the evil villain's name is. Yeah.
It's the Voldemort.
Voldemort virus. Yeah.
He who shall not be named. Even without that, this could not compete. It really couldn't. It would be such a huge financial loss. But I think it was good anyway, just for Disney Plus to be like, hey, we got something else.
Did you want Onward? Artemis Fowl.
Just as good.
Just as good, kind of. Yeah. So, should we get into the plot of the movie?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Artemis Fowl is a teenage prodigy. He's 12 years of age, and his dad is this... They live in this manor in Ireland, and his dad gets arrested and captured, and it turns out he's this criminal who's been stealing shit.
Could he be a criminal, or could he be protector of the world that we know?
Protector of the world that we know, because spoiler alert, there's a fairy world that live in,
oh my god,
that lives.
Tell me more. Do you get to learn all about the fairies and their community and how they live and the economy and their city?
You get to see the city from a distance. Is that what you wanted when you said that?
No, like, I mean, like, you're going to get to see how they procreate, how they live their lives. Do they have jobs? Do they pay fairy taxes? Like, I need to know these things. Is there a public service? Like, do they have bus routes?
I mean,
is there a train service?
There's going to be...
Is there a health service?
There's sequel set up, so maybe in the sequel we'll explore that, but there's too much more important things to talk about in this movie.
Okay, so what do we see of the fairy world then?
The police station. That isn't very well explained either.
Do we maybe see a prison? Just a prison?
There's a glimpse of a prison. There's some goblins. Hey.
Oh, there's goblins.
Goblins.
Oh, there's goblins. Cool.
Prosthetics look pretty good on the goblins.
They do actually look pretty good. I'm so glad that they weren't just Peter Jackson, full CGI, like the new Peter Jackson, not the old Peter Jackson that was a badass.
Not
that
cool
was
guy.
Yeah, not cool guy Peter Jackson.
No, skinny Peter Jackson.
Skinny Peter Jackson.
The one who's under so much pressure from the studio to make a movie that he lost all that weight.
And now he's under so much pressure to make 3 movies out of 1 book.
Yeah.
God, that CGI is awful.
Oh,
I'm so glad to see the goblins look great.
The goblins really do look great. But like the costume design isn't a problem in this movie, I would say, for the most part.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Walks a fine line, but so basically there's this fairy world, and now Artemis Fowl needs to kidnap a fairy in order to get them to help him find a MacGuffin to save his dad.
Because there's an evil fairy. Who we don't know. The mysterious character.
An evil Grindelwald fairy called Opal Kobold or something. Opal Cowboy, that's it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and she talks in a man-woman voice. And
when the movie started, I thought it was Judi Dench. I actually thought it was Judi Dench. And I was like, oh no, it's not Judi Dench. No. Okay, I actually thought it was Judi Dench.
Yeah.
I'm not even making a joke. I actually was like, oh, she's the evil one in this.
Yeah.
No.
She's the evil one, and she doesn't like that fairies have been forgotten and made a joke of with stories and everything, because all the fairy tale stories of fairies and dwarves in Irish folklore is true, and magic is still alive in Ireland, even though they don't explain how it's still alive or why it's still alive.
They don't explain anything in this movie.
No, and 80% of the movie takes place in Artemis Fowl's house. Yeah, and that's it.
It goes nowhere.
Yeah.
The movie goes nowhere.
It's so much setup. Like non-stop setup.
This is the thing, is I wasn't angry with the movie. I actually wasn't. No, I was angry with the movie, but there was nothing there for me to get attached to then go, what? No, don't do that to that character.
Yeah.
I was never invested. That's what I'm trying to say. There was not a single point. I was trying to read what I put down here. Oh yeah, because this is what I was thinking when I was watching it. I was going, I'm only getting a snapshot of each character, even the main character. I'm like, here's a snapshot, and then he's going over here, and then here's this location. Oh no, yeah, but you don't get to see this location. We're going over this way. Oh wait, no, we're going over here, and there's that character, but we don't need to explain him. So there's this other character. We don't really need to give them a backstory either. But there's this other character who also doesn't have a backstory and who you also don't care about. And I'm like, you could kill them all. You could kill Artemis. Just don't kill Colin Farrell, because I'm attached to him from years of viewing his movies.
Yeah, and the girl who plays Holly. I quite like her.
She's actually good in it.
She's working well. However, the guy who plays Artemis Fowl...
It pains me to say it.
Yeah.
It's Ferdius Shaw. He's a young Irish boy.
Robert Shaw's grandkids.
Son,
Is
yeah.
his son?
Well, grandson.
Grandson, yeah, grandson.
Robert Shaw being Quint from Jaws, that just like 45 there.
Eyes like a doll's eyes.
And he's also in From Russia with
Love. He plays
the henchman Grant.
Red Grant.
Yeah, who can take a gut punch like no other.
Yeah, he's also in The Sting. He's the Irish mobster in The Sting.
Oh, I've never seen.
You get me? That's what he says. His famous line. He says, "You get me?" He talks like this for the whole movie.
So this guy's coming from some prestigious bloodline.
Hell yeah, he is.
You know, and see, I hate even saying this, but none of the talent made its way to him. He's got a big head.
He's a very big head. His hair does him no favors because his hair gets bigger and bigger throughout the whole movie. Much like mine is. Like it grows how my hair grows, which is just outwards steadily until
got that fro going
until
on.
a fro appears. You know.
And I hate saying that because I don't want to rag on some guy who's 12.
Yeah.
Like obviously
he's a kid.
And this is his first performance in general. Like maybe he's done stage plays, but he's never been in anything else.
But I think it's the director's fault because every time he delivers a line, I'm like, that was the first take of that line, you know?
Also, he's a 12-year-old kid. He's the main star. And I have a grudge against him for the whole movie because they make him an asshole.
Yeah.
They make him a dick. Like, they constantly make him an asshole.
But Artemis Fowl is a dick in the book. But
it's different.
It's different. It's completely in a completely different way. Like, the first time we're introduced to him, he's this cool windsurfing kid. He's not even windsurfing. He's boogie boarding or whatever.
Oh, yeah. He does some sweet skateboard moves. Get some hang time at one point.
Now, it's very clearly the actor who's doing it, which I appreciate. As always, we always shout out people who do their own stunts. But that's not the character.
Couldn't get a stuntman with a big enough head and small enough body. I'm sorry. Now I'm actually disrespecting this poor kid.
Disrespecting this poor child. I hope he doesn't listen to it. Listen, we hope he gets better work than this.
Yeah, I would like to see him in something else to prove me wrong. Because I don't like hating on some kid who's in his first movie. But then that other girl, Holly,
is really good. And
I think that's her first movie. And I think she looks around 2 years older than him.
Yeah, slightly older. Her character is 86 years old, but she's a fairy, so she ages differently.
But maybe just those extra 2 years, she's a bit more aware and can just give a better performance, even with the trash that she's working with.
But yeah, she's nailing every line she gets.
It really is.
No matter how goofy it is. Whereas he is like, he's getting one take out and he's kind of stumbling over it, and he's not. Whenever he tries to be cool, it's not really that cool or anything.
And coming from two Irish boys, his accent is weird. It's a bit like he's kind of supposed to be Irish, but he's not Irish.
He's kind of stumbling through all his lines a bit and slurring his words.
Do you want some potato soup? You're like, what? But he's Irish.
I don't remember that line in the movie.
No, but that's how I envisioned it. That's what I heard. Every time he spoke, I was like, God damn it.
We have to wear sunglasses for the fairies.
For the fairies. Kind of things,
yeah. It's all over the place. And I am attached to the books. I read them when I was a kid. I was the right age for it. I've read every single one. I loved them. Owen Colfer's whole I love the entire series. It's great.
You know, he came out and said that I support the changes they made to the book, which is such a politician move.
I know.
Because it's just like fat stacks of money coming in.
Disney is paying me.
You can't be like, well, you can be Josh Trank.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down with this ship.
Yeah.
And my career's going to go down with it too.
Totally.
But instead, you kind of have to, you can't toe the line and be, give me a year. And then he go, yeah, that was trash. I don't know what. I walked into the meeting and they gave me all these lists of notes that they're going to change, and I had to just
roll with it.
They gave me a figure.
Yeah.
Just slid it across.
I looked at it and went, yes, please.
Okay. You do whatever you take liberties.
Take liberties.
And Kenneth Branagh's like, okay, first of all, I want to bleach his eyebrows. Artemis Fowl's going to have bleached eyebrows.
Bleach blonde eyebrows.
Like, no, we tried that before.
Kenneth.
I want a kid with the biggest head you can find. And Ferdy is walking in, his neck muscles aren't developed enough yet.
Oh.
And potato soup.
I'm a genius.
I'm sorry to that kid. Like the illustrious bloodline that he's coming from.
He'll grow
the
into the
talent.
head. He'll grow into it.
That's what they always say. They said I'd grow into this face, this nose.
They said you'd grow. Full stop.
Wow. Wow. Connor only laughs like that when it's his joke. Look at that evil cackle. That wasn't even a laugh. That was a cackle. I'm
getting you back for Ferdy, okay?
Wow.
You're being too mean to this kid.
Someone starts working now.
Don't give away what we're doing at the end.
Didn't say anything.
Anyway.
Didn't say anything.
So yeah, he was like, listen, I don't know how you're going to convince me to give away my artistic liberty. That sounds perfect. You do whatever you want.
Let's do it.
You do whatever you want.
That kid's great.
Yeah, but so in the book, Artemis Fowl is actually the antagonist of the first book, where
180.
He's just 180, but then when you get to know him, you realize that he's just a bit of a kid. He's a bit naive, and he's not that terrible of a person.
Okay.
So then he becomes the protagonist for the rest of the series, and obviously with Disney, they're like, Artemis Fowl, he's the main character. He can't be evil, otherwise, like, how are kids gonna relate to him?
Yeah.
But you have this other character in Holly who is played by a more talented actress, we will say. And
we'll even shout out her name.
we'll shout out her name.
Something McDonald. Laura McDonald.
Lara,
yeah,
McDonald.
Laura.
She, and you know, in the book, she's actually the first female Lep Recon officer, because that's a leprechaun. Do you get it? You know, get it? Yeah. But she is actually the first female officer, and Commander Rutan is a man, but obviously in this it's Judi Dench.
Yeah.
So because they flipped the role, who once she decides she's doing an Irish accent halfway through the movie, it's great.
By the way, she just came from making Cats, where she was a trans cat.
Hell yeah.
And now she's playing some Irish fairy
commander.
Can we just... Oh, no, actually, sorry, you finish what you were saying first.
I just wanted to say that,
I want to say my favourite part of Judi Dench's entire performance.
I'll let you say that. But I just think if you wanted to go from the perspective of you needed a main character who kids could relate to, and you know, if you wanted a character who was likable, then just take it from the perspective of Holly for the entire movie.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you can still have the same thing where she's captured by Artemis, and you think it's going to be Artemis Senior, Colin Farrell, and then it's revealed that it's actually this 12-year-old who's been pulling the strings the whole time.
And then, like as you described, it sounds great that like Artemis has it wrong in his head, because he's a kid and he's naive.
Yeah, he's naive.
And then he learns that, you know, maybe I'm a part of the problem here.
Yeah, maybe kidnapping people is the wrong move. Also in the books, he knows his family is from a criminal background. He embraces it and everything. His mother...
It's so different.
I know.
So, like, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Not even tiny bit close.
His mother goes insane when his dad goes missing, and she's like hangs out in the attic, and she's completely lost her mind.
Where in this...
there's no mention of his mother at all.
Not even if she has passed, I don't think.
No mention of her whatsoever. It's just him and his dad hanging out. But yeah, in the book, she's lost his mind, and that's weighs on Artemis, because then he has to step up as a 12-year-old and be the man of the house. And it's such a better, you know, you see his reasoning for doing these outlandish things more.
It's way more complicated and nuanced.
Yeah. And
where this is just straight up, hey, superheroes are selling.
Yeah.
So how can we kind of just... you know, crush this into a superhero sort of story.
I always feel like you have to give kids credit. Like, kids get...
Yeah, exactly. Don't pander to them and be like, hey, 1 + 1 is... You're like, what the fuck? This is made for young... It's made for kids that are like 10 up. That's how I feel. And it's about a 12-year-old, so it's made... In my head, I'm like, it's made for 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know that way?
And kids get a lot more than you give them credit for. Like, how many 80s movies... Like, fucking... We used to watch... Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right? That was a complicated movie, and it's a kid's movie technically, and you know, you follow along with it, no problem. Where there's other movies where it's like, you got to give kids credit.
I grew up watching Rambo.
Yeah,
you know that way.
I grew up watching Back to the Future. That's a complicated movie.
That's the second movie especially.
Yeah,
where like there's timelines over timelines,
but
and I understood everything.
Yeah,
and I even understood him and his mother having this odd sexual tension and being like, ugh, gross. Ugh. First of all, girls are gay.
Girls have cooties.
Yeah,
they're gay. All right, here's another one. An animated movie, The Iron Giant. That is a nuanced movie.
Oh my, there's layers to that. And you nearly cry.
Yeah.
And Vin Diesel's best performance.
It is Vin Diesel.
It's weird how you can hear that he's fat in that performance.
You can.
But, you know, what can you do?
You hear the bassness. Because it's coming from the belly.
I love telling people that's Vin Diesel.
I know.
Because people just don't associate him with, like, really good movies. Yeah. So I always go, that's Vin Diesel. And, like, it's so Vin Diesel. When you listen to it, it's like, it's so Vin Diesel. But you just don't associate him with something like that.
It's his best performance as Superman. He gets to play Superman in the Iron Giant.
Does, yeah.
Superman.
So yeah, that's a very complicated movie.
Yeah, and like, it's a kids movie.
It's a deep story.
Even like look at Pixar movies. Those movies are so many layers. They such adult themes the entire time.
Toy Story right from the get-go.
Yeah.
You know,
and kids get that stuff. So I don't know why, for some reason, when it comes to live action, they have to think that kids are stupid. We got to make sure they know who's the good guy. We can't give characters any nuance. And that's it, you know?
And yet these kids need to be a genius to follow the action scenes.
Oh my God.
Because you need to fill in blanks.
You do. Because they're literal blanks in the movie.
They lost some frames, as you said.
They've lost frames.
I don't know where they went.
I don't know where they went.
It's like the editor was like, we can get rid of that. That's a bit of fat. Like, no, that's
you
not.
Can't.
Because it's an action scene and we need context of how this character gets from A to B.
Yeah.
Instead, they're just at C.
Yeah.
Like, but I've seen them over like... People teleport in this movie.
You're a big fan.
And it's not magic, by the way.
No, not magical teleport.
They just teleport because it's terrible editing and bad filmmaking.
You're a big fan of Corridor Digital. I am riding your coattails and watching some of the episodes now, but you have seen how they break down good action scenes and everything, right?
Yeah.
And like, you know, if your punch is coming from this side of the frame, then when you watch it on the next side, it should still be going in the same direction, so all that different stuff.
If you throw a punch and say it lands in like let's just make it so it's really egregious, like so people understand. So say it's the left corner, left top corner. Even if you're at a different angle, the fist should still be somewhere in the left top corner of the screen.
Yeah.
Just so you don't have to look for it. You don't need your eyes. You shouldn't be working to understand an action scene.
Yeah.
It should be just easily comprehensible.
Mm-hmm. Whereas in this...
Oh my God. You're filling in the blanks. Like you're literally trying to fill in the blanks. Not reading in between the lines, you're putting words that are missing into those lines, into those sentences. Like, it makes no sense. I don't know how they sat down in the editing bay and said, that's okay, that's passable. It's obviously they didn't, and they're like, yeah, well, we're Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus, baby. Put that in Disney Plus. I'm saying baby too much again. God damn, that's so twice cool. This episode. Yeah, it sounds so cool.
That's your quota.
I don't want
you hit your quota already.
That's it. I won't say it again.
20 minutes in.
Oh, jeez. Only 20 minutes and I've got 2 babies in there?
25 minutes. I'll give you some credit.
Okay,
I'll give you some credit.
But yeah, it's just... you never got to say your favourite line from...
So I compare this to Jason Momoa in Aquaman when he jumps into the submarine. He goes, "Permission to come aboard." And I'm like, whoa, he's the coolest person I've ever seen in my entire life, and I want to just sleep on his abs. She's in an aircraft machine. Judi Dench, Dame Judi Dench, the trans cat herself, and just the door opens and she goes, "Top of the morning." It's like, what? So good. And then cut to 5 minutes later, she's so worried, and she's like,
what the fuck is going on?
I love how that's what an Irish badass says.
Yeah.
Top of the morning to you. You do a better impression of her though.
Top of the morning.
Yeah, it's definitely got more bass than I can even replicate. Judi Dench is more bass in this.
For some reason, Josh Gad was like, "I'm going to talk down here for the movie," and Judi Dench went, "I'm also going to talk down here, and sometimes I'm going to be a bit British, and other times I'm going to be Irish."
Meow. No, it's not that movie.
Memories.
Can we just keep her in trash now? Like, she's such a great actress.
She's going to be in the next Fast and Furious movie.
That's not even
trashy enough.
No, because I'll actually enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'll actually enjoy that movie.
Is she going to be in that...
what would be really bad?
The Air Cut. She's in the Air Cut.
She's in the Air Cut. She's in the Air Cut, yeah.
She's just a cat down an alley licking her paw and looking over.
Tapping a man. Oh yeah, I just love that she's such a highbrow actress. You're like, what an amazing actress.
What a fall from grace.
She's in Cats, where they just didn't shave her.
No,
she's just got this fur coat.
Yeah,
I think it's all just natural hair, and then she's in this the Irish fairy herself. Tapping a man.
It's just bad. And then we have
she throws potatoes at people.
yeah, that's it. We have but I mean, even just the story doesn't make sense either, where it's like, in the book, Artemis Fowl is the super genius, and like, they don't just tell, in this movie they tell you, they try and make him cool and like a modern kid where he's like, doesn't respect authority and everything.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
He's an asshole.
That's what I really dislike. But don't make him an asshole.
But not a fun arsehole. You made a great comparison to Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, the kid in Umbrella Academy
5.
What?
That's the character's name. Five.
Five, yeah. So he is an adult trapped in a kid's body, but Artemis Fowl has so much intelligence he kind of has like more than a normal adult's intelligence in a child's body.
He puts himself on par with Einstein and whoever else or whatever. It's just,
and I think he even says something stupid like, usually they're what is it? Their theories are correct. Like usually,
usually.
Sometimes they get it right.
Yeah, but. He's just a petulant asshole, and he like storms out of rooms and everything.
Yeah, as you were saying, Umbrella Academy. The kid in the Umbrella Academy is so good, and he's a dick.
Yeah.
In the whole series, he's a dick, and you're like, he's great though.
Yeah.
He's great, and I just think it's because the actor's really good.
Yeah.
And this kid is taking on a big role, and he clearly doesn't have experience.
Doesn't have the chops for it.
Even with that amazing acting bloodline that he's coming from, he still just doesn't have it yet.
He can't portray the super intelligence well, but in fairness, the script doesn't give him a chance to.
No, he has nothing to work with. Here's pure trash.
Because all like in the book, Artemis Fowl has researched fairies. He's basically figured out that they exist. He's decoded their language, and he's uses trickery and his knowledge of the stories in order to keep them from like breaking into his house and everything. And then in this movie, him and his bodyguard stroll out to the front porch and just beat up a couple fairies for a while.
Do this. Do you do a rock? Just bring it.
Yeah.
And, oh my. Also, what you're saying about him knowing all this trickery, like when it comes to fairies, they don't explain it in the movie.
No.
So there's things that he's implementing. Like he knows about certain strategies and how to trick a fairy.
Yeah.
Essentially, and he does it in the movie, or at least attempts to do it, and the audience, like, I was not explained what he's doing.
Yeah.
So you had to tell me from the book, because you have the knowledge of the book. You can go, oh, he's actually doing this and he's doing that.
Yeah.
In the movie, they're just like, but that's context we don't need.
Yeah, we don't need that. We got to keep it to an hour 35, baby.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
Keep that tight 95 minutes.
Tight 95, said baby again. But they don't even implement the rules in the movie. They just kind of throw it in as fan service, but it's never really used or anything.
The writers are asleep through this entire movie.
I'm going to spoil a part in one stage. At one stage, they fight a troll, okay? And Artemis says to the girl, I haven't read up much on trolls. What do? It's like, what the fuck? That's your whole thing. The whole thing is that you know everything about this world as much as you can. Like, what do you mean you haven't read up much on trolls? He's like, I'm an expert in everything a fairy does and all this kingdom and everything. That's how I've managed to outsmart all of you. And then he's like, I haven't read much on trolls though. Yeah,
but hey, at least the CGI for the troll is really bad.
Terrible,
as well, because it's just like everything else in this movie.
Dreadlock troll.
It is a dreadlock troll.
It looks like what the previs for the Warcraft ogres look like, Warcraft orcs look like. Basically, like it's kind of just a much worse version of that.
He would look well with a Rastafarian hat on or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's pure trash. It is. It's pure trash. I was gonna... Let me see. I really want to say what the writers... How they describe the MacGuffin.
Oh, yeah.
What is it called again? The Aculus?
Aculos. Aculos? The Aculus?
Yeah.
It's the source of all fairy magic. Apparently.
Apparently. So at the start of the movie, Josh Gad is asked, what is the Aculus? Mm-hmm. And this is how he describes it. A weapon so powerful and mysterious, it can hardly be imagined. And that's it. That's all you're given. So in other words, the writer's like, we don't know what this is yet. You didn't answer the question.
No.
You did not answer the question. And the interviewer doesn't have any follow-up questions. Like, okay, moving right along.
Aculus, write that down. Okay, we know what that is now.
Let's
move on.
Child.
Yeah.
Like, no one asks. I watched that and I went, wait. I actually rewinded it and then I wrote it down on my phone because I'm like, you said nothing. You said nothing.
This movie...
That's in the movie. Like,
what is that? This movie is also narrated by Josh Gad throughout the whole thing.
And I've read so many reviews that make the point of like, he's not present in so many scenes and yet he's explaining character motives.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
So later on when you met up with them, did they tell you all that happened and describe that they were thinking in their head?
Also, for some reason, he just starts befriending Artemis Fowl. Like, when he shows up, for some reason, he's like, I'm just going to follow this kid around. And it's like, this kid does nothing to earn your trust, does nothing to make you think, oh, maybe I should listen to him.
He's just like, sweet accent.
Yeah, he's
what's this kid all about?
This kid's cool.
He looks like he'd be good on the BMX.
Yeah.
Let's talk to this kid.
I trust him. I trust him implicitly.
I trust my life with him.
Yeah. Yeah, it just makes no sense. So, yeah, we didn't enjoy this. I'm glad we didn't watch it last week, because we were really riding high on those two movies.
Yeah.
This is a low.
it's sad that Kenneth Branagh made this as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's escaping judgment.
Yeah.
Because where's all the press for this?
I know.
It was just hush hush. Oh yeah, we kind of released that. We just kind of released that.
Yeah.
This movie was slid under someone's door.
Yeah.
You know, all the Disney Plus subscribers just got this sneaky little thing under the door saying, "Hey, it's out now."
Oh shit! Onward's been added to. Oh, never mind.
No,
It's Artemis Fowl.
here's Artemis Fowl.
Artemis Fowl, baby. You're gonna like it. It's Irish, and you're Irish, right?
Yeah. But like the whole world got this though, and no
Yeah.
one likes it. It's on 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, that's right. That's fair.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely.
It's just a mess of a film, and there is a way of doing this movie in a way that fits Disney's brand and also is more true to the source material, and they just didn't do it.
It also damages the source material, not even like the book sales. I'm talking about the next time they try to revisit this.
Totally.
Like the next time this is made into a film, it could be 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
And this is definitely, I get that this is Disney Plus's answer to the, well, not Disney Plus's, Disney's answer to the wizarding world that Warner Brothers pretty much own the rights to. Like, it's Harry Potter, but it's not Harry Potter in another way, and it's such trash.
Yeah. I have always wanted, like...
8 books, by the way.
Eight
They've
books.
8 books.
They're
so
awesome.
It's so Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's so Harry Potter, but not Harry Potter. Like, it's
No.
the Irish Harry Potter. I know now, like, loads of people who've read the books, like, it's not Harry Potter. But you can see how a studio would look at this and
Totally.
go, exactly the same kind of age gap, you know...
It's like
same age market that you'd be looking at.
You know, you watch Artemis grow into get older and everything. Like, that's appealing to a studio.
Yeah.
It's like what they tried to do with Percy Jackson and never got it off the ground.
At least they got to the second film, and the first film, it's not great.
It's fine,
but it's nowhere near the level of Artemis Fowl.
And again, I read Percy Jackson as a kid, loved it. I think it's one of my favorite book series, and then it never got adapted very well. Even though Logan is it Logan Lerman? Is the main guy, and
who's only really recovering from that in the last few years,
and
where now people are seeing him in a different light.
Alexandra Daddario, what's her name from Baywatch?
Oh, I know
Alexandra
who you're talking. It's something like that,
and she's in True Detective, and she takes her.
Boobs for everyone.
Boobs for everyone.
For everyone.
For everyone. Yeah.
Pass them around.
Hell yeah. Woody Harrelson's
there's
a
other
lucky
people
man.
in that. Uma Thurman's in that.
Uma Thurman's in that.
She's got great hair in that.
She does. She's Medusa, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Steve Coogan
is Rosario Dawson in that?
That's maybe. I don't know.
Is that who you're thinking of?
No, I'm not. No, Alexandra Daddario is who I'm thinking of.
Okay, yeah.
She plays his love interest Annabelle.
Okay.
Or Annabeth.
Didn't the writer just throw those movies under the bus recently?
Yeah, he did. He was like shitting on them, and I'm like, hey, I love those movies. I mean, I love those books.
But you see how long he took?
Yeah.
Before he gave his true opinion.
Yeah.
So clearly it's going to be the same thing now. What's his name again? Yeah, he got a cameo in it, by the way. I
know, and it was cut, wasn't it? I just read there. Also filmed a cameo as an extra.
He said that he looked in the camera, like right down the barrel of the camera a few times before they were like, stop looking at the camera. And he's like, okay.
Okay.
But then stop destroying my movie.
Yeah. Well,
or my book series.
He didn't think that. He was like, this is great.
Yeah.
Money.
That hush money.
Yeah. That Disney money.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, I mean, I like those. I liked Artemis Fowl, read it as a kid, movie butchered it. I like Percy Jackson, read it as a kid, movie butchered it.
Yeah.
So Skullduggery Pleasant is another series that's near and dear to my heart. Such a cool series.
Disney's just creeping on it.
Oh my god. Derek Landy is the author. It's super dark, super like high-end teens. It would make a great TV show.
But could it be twisted into like a glittery, glossy kind of fairy tale?
No, it couldn't. But
we'll take it. We'll take it.
God damn it!
Here's the. Just look at that check.
The main character is a guy. It's a magic world. Number one, where magic exists.
Box ticked.
Ticked. You follow a teenage girl as she comes into this magic world. Box ticked.
Is she of color?
She could be. She's Irish.
That's two. Oh.
Yeah, she's
two boxes.
It's set in Ireland.
I'm loving this.
It's about these people who live forever.
Okay.
So, a war between good and evil.
Well, let's use battle. Let's use the term battle.
Yeah. The main character.
Disagreement. There's a disagreement between them.
There's vampires and teleporters.
Well, teleporters are cool. Vampires, could we just make them bitey people?
Yeah, okay. And there's werewolves as well.
Let's just make them dogs.
There's monster amalgamations where people have taken body parts, put it all together.
We'll have to lose that. We're going to have to lose it. We can't have monsters in it. We can't have monsters in it. We can have ugly people though.
Okay.
We can have ugly people.
Ugly people.
And
we
big
can
heads.
have beautiful people pretending to be ugly people. That's the best kind.
Oh my god, I'm in. I'm in. Here's the money. We got it, baby. We got it, baby. Where's Kenneth Branagh?
Anyway.
He's off bleaching Chris Hemsworth's eyebrows when he sleeps.
Stop showing up to my house, mate. I'm not bleaching my eyebrows again. That's not how he talks, but
that's I can't do an Australian accent.
But anyway, Skullduggery Pleasant is very cool. I hope they should make a TV series. I actually think it'd make a great TV series. And
Netflix with all that money.
Yeah, and David Tennant would make a great Skullduggery Pleasant.
You've thought of this?
I've thought of this before. I thought of this at the time.
Interesting.
He's a skeleton who has come to life.
Fair enough.
It sounds so stupid, but it's such a dark and I love it.
Yeah, but whenever you break down even comic books and if you just give the basics, you're like, what?
Yeah, it's a guy.
He's an alien, but like this green stone that's actually his home world is the only thing that can kill him. Can only pierce his skin. You're like, shut up. And he's got a big S. He's called Superman, but S stands for hope.
Stands for hope. That's just Zack Snyder's thing.
Stands for Snyder. Mysterious ways, man.
Yeah. What were you gonna say? You said, but you were saying, but.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend never knew that the S stood for hope, and she actually loved that detail when I told her. I was like, the S stands for hope, and she was like, no way. And I was like, yeah, boy, that's the only like information I'm giving out, and it's nerd.
It's actually his family crest as well in the comics. It's his family crest.
Yeah, I know that.
That's what
stands for hope, right?
Okay,
right.
Well, I mean, it does on Earth. You see Superman S, that stands for hope.
Yeah.
He made it stand for hope.
Snyder made it stand for hope. Did he not say that in the movie?
Yeah, he does say it in the movie. Snyder says a lot of things in the movie.
He does.
Like Dick Grayson is the dead Robin. Fuck you, Zack Snyder. There's a dead Robin in the comics. Just make it Jason Todd.
And then bring him back. It's the Red Hood.
I don't want to see Red Hood Nightwing. What's the fucking point in that? I like Dick Grayson.
Who's your favourite DC character of all time?
Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson, hands down.
What t-shirt do you have in the post?
Nightwing t-shirt.
They're not even lies, by the way.
I'm not.
Both of those answers are truthful. But anyway,
is our announcement named after a Nightwing rung on the comics? Yes, it is. So, anyway, let's not get into it. Artemis Fowl.
Artemis Fowl wasted Colin Farrell's time.
Yeah,
I love Colin Farrell. I actually love Colin Farrell.
Me too.
He's so cool now.
Yeah.
Like, he's such a dude now.
I know. Have you watched The Killing of a Sacred Deer yet?
No.
You should.
I'm afraid because that looks like a polarizing type of movie.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Very weird. It's like
the guy who made The Lobster.
Yeah.
I've seen The Lobster.
It's all of The Lobster except 10 times weirder, which is
fun
tough.
Fact.
Yeah.
My last birthday, my mother was like, we need to do a big family thing. And we went to dinner in the restaurant where The Lobster finishes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What's the name of it? Oh, I can't remember. But
Eddie Rockets.
No, it's not Eddie Rockets.
Damn it.
But yeah, the restaurant, the last scene in The Lobster is filmed in the same restaurant that I had my birthday in.
Where she's blind.
But yeah, and and just gave it all away. It's been out a long time.
Whatever. And he's not into her anymore.
I know.
I love that. It's such a
How can you not be into her though?
I know.
She's blind.
Whew. Yeah, she's blind.
This is work.
Are you kidding me? I'd love if someone was in love with someone who's blind. I could get so fat and disgusting looking, and she would never know.
Feel things.
Yeah,
it's like what is this person inside you?
Be quiet.
His name is Domino's.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do? Leave me? Try finding the door, bitch.
Whoa,
that's terrible.
Wow, this is the woman that lives in your basement. Huh?
Hell yeah. Oh, Andrew Santino does a great bit about that, where he says, "I'd love to." It's when he's talking about
the whiskey ginger.
Yeah, the whiskey ginger. He's talking about a ride or die bitch with Tom Segura. He's like, your wife has to be ride or die, and he says, I'd love to kidnap someone because it would be great. It'd be great to have him in the basement and just open the door so you're just silhouetted and just not say anything and stare at them and then close the door again. And I'm like, it takes a real psychopath to think of that, but it's so funny. Yeah. So what would we give Artemis Fowl out of 7.5?
I would give it, like, it has to be 1 or 1.5.
I was going to give it 0.25 because it annoyed me so much.
0.25?
0.25 out of 7.5.
7.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
That's our rating system. Yeah. Don't judge us.
Respect it.
Respect the rating
system. It's
system.
very intricate.
It's an intricate
system.
well-established rating system.
Yeah.
We were looking at it and we said 10 is too much, 5 is too little. What do we do? Go right in the middle.
7.5 is perfect.
It's perfect.
It's so
amount.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's such a round number.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
everyone understands
because we love when movies are given like B pluses and everything. So we wanted to do something original.
Like, what is B plus?
What is B plus?
Like, what is that out of 7.5?
Out of
you gotta explain it to me.
Yeah, so that's why we've decided to go with the universal rating system now on 7.5.
7.5.
7.5 ticks out of 7.5 ticks. That's so.
And we're talking about ticks like the things that suck your blood.
That suck your blood. Yeah. That's basically whose movies suck your time. Basically.
They do. Yeah.
So we have to value the level
sucks the life out of me.
Yeah. So 0.25. That's my rating, and yours was
1.5.
1.5.
Sure, why not?
Wow.
Just because that young girl's actually quite good in it.
Okay.
And I want her to do better. I actually want the other guy to do better as well. Sorry, what's his name again? Ferdy Shaw. I really hope he gets another opportunity. See, this movie is so bad, it might have just like destroyed his career already, and he's only 12.
Yeah. Nah.
I mean, if I was a filmmaker, I don't think I'd be taking my chance on him. It's so mean, but
you give him a few years, he'll come back. Young actors
he grows into his head, and then
young actors get a chance to redeem themselves years later. I think they can.
Some of them just have that 1 or 2 movies, and then
that's Hollywood, though. This is Ireland.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, he's in Fair City for like the next decade.
He'll do a few stage plays, and everyone will be like, he's grown as an actor. And then
what's Martin McDonagh's brother's name?
Kevin McDonagh.
Is it?
No.
All right.
It's something.
He's a playwright.
It's something McDonagh. He's a playwright.
And then he'll throw him in one of his movies. The same guy who did Calvary.
Yeah, he'll be like that little kid from Cork who's in the movies. You know, the one who looks weird and has the funny accent. He's in Calvary and The Guard.
I don't remember. It's been so long since I watched those movies.
Oh man, Martin McDonagh. Let's find his brother's name. Martin McDonald. I didn't want Martin McDonald. You piece of shit.
Donald.
No, it's not. It's like a short name. Martin McDonagh. No, what the hell? Why is he not coming up? That's so weird.
Here. It's fine. I'll put in The Guard.
I just did.
Which is also the name of a new Charlize Theron
John
movie.
Michael McDonagh.
There it is. Yeah,
John Michael McDonagh.
It's so Irish.
Yeah,
it couldn't be
John
any
Michael.
more Irish. Also, I want to... Is that our review, really?
Yeah. Is there anything else worth saying?
No, I think people should watch this. The action scenes. If it's on YouTube and you're going, no, I'm not watching this movie. Watch the action scenes because it's entertaining. We watched them over and over again, and we were picking out where frames are missing or when it goes. There's a lot of morphing from fully CGI scenes to live action and then back to fully CGI, and it's not seamless.
No.
Oh, the seams are there. You see the seams.
You know, in 1917, where you're like, man, how did they connect those shots? That's seamless CGI.
Oh,
that does not happen in Artemis Fowl.
Put it this way, I thought I knew, and then it blew my mind when we found out there's fully CGI characters that then morph into live action characters.
Ian's jaw dropped to the floor when he saw this.
It's still broken after that.
I don't understand.
I was picking it back up. It was crazy.
Yeah. But Artemis Fowl.
It's another level. It's just another level.
But you get, and then when you're like, how did Endgame not win for visual effects? And then you see that, and you're like, oh, okay, I understand now.
See, I didn't even know that was visual effects there.
Yeah,
like I had to be educated and go, oh, that's fake for a minute.
Yeah.
Or for a few seconds.
Whereas in
it's
Artemis Fowl,
how good it is.
Artemis Fowl, you have a similar thing going. You're like, man, I can't tell what's real, what's fake. Everything's just so seamless.
So real.
So real. Whoa.
Is that just Josh Gad playing Josh Gad?
It's like I can reach out and touch it. Yeah. Oh, man, that's so cool. I believe these fairies are flying around. It's so weird that they like have the sizes of the fairies all so equal and right. Like no one looks super big or super small at different times. It's just a great movie.
Yeah.
0.25.
Kenneth Branagh.
7.5.
Kenneth Branagh made this movie.
Kenneth Branagh. We'll never let you forget this.
No.
Whenever we talk about Kenneth Branagh in the future, we'll say director of Artemis Fowl.
Of Artemis Fowl.
Yeah.
I want that on everything, by the way.
Yeah.
Like the new, what's he doing? The Death on the Nile?
Death on the Nile. Artemis.
From director of Artemis Fowl.
From the director of Artemis Fowl. Yeah, exactly.
And I just think the name is just too simple for headlines, you know, where Artemis Fowl gets a red card or Artemis is foul or
Artemis fouled.
Fouled, yeah.
Terrible.
I do want to say though that how is New Mutants not getting the Artemis Fowl treatment?
Yeah.
Why is it not? throw it up there on Disney Plus and make a 5-episode documentary about how you made the movie.
Do you think it's because Disney can't decide whether it's good or bad? Do you think they watch it every week and they're like, this week I didn't like it, but then they watch it the next week and they're like, this week it's not too bad?
Kind of, do you know what?
Yeah.
If I kind of squint and listen to half of it but don't listen to it, it's actually pretty good. But put it this way, no matter what, I don't see how the executives, all the big wigs in the suits, don't sit down and go, this is harmful to the Marvel brand. No matter what.
Yeah.
Like, what's it worth? It's harmful because we know Kevin Feige and his whole team at Marvel have said that they're working on bringing the mutants to the MCU.
But it won't be in Phase 4. They'll tease it in Phase 4.
It won't be in Phase 4, but still, we got, what was the last one? Dark Phoenix, yeah? I think that happened. I think that actually came out, but it didn't come out. But it actually did come out.
It did come out.
And they spent $200 million on it. Just to make the movie, don't mind the marketing, and it made all that back, I'm sure.
For sure.
I'm sure the
Easily.
checkbook is balanced. So that was the last thing we got. Like, that left such a sour taste in my mouth. And now it's going to be a year later, and they're like, oh, here's another shitty Mutants film.
Or is it not shitty? That's the thing. Here's another...
Even if it's not shitty, it's still going to be released under Disney.
Yeah.
It's still a superhero movie released under Disney that's going to have the Marvel logo on it, even though it's not the MCU. And yet we know that they're working on bringing the mutants in. Even if in the next 5 years, we know that we need as big of a gap as possible for people to forget about the Fox movies. I know they happened, and I loved certain ones, didn't love certain ones, but we need space.
You always talk about how much you loved Wolverine Origins. That was your favourite one.
Well, that's my best one ever, and that's an obvious one to go.
Obvious one to go with.
You know,
Logan
it's just so
is
good.
trash. But
And the CGI claws.
looked great.
Genius.
I love when they clink off each other in the mirror.
Bing, bing,
Bing,
nearly
bing.
starts a fire.
Yeah. So good.
It's a brilliant piece of filmmaking.
It's a shame
it was
that they
directed
ended...
by an unnamed person. Did Kenneth Branagh direct it? I think Kenneth Branagh. I'm pretty sure Kenneth
from director
Branagh
of Artemis Fowl and Logan.
And Logan.
And
Bleacher
Wolverine
of
Orange.
eyebrows. Bleacher of Chris Hemsworth's eyebrows. That's what I want to see on every movie he
You
makes.
know, if Ryan Reynolds did a film with Kevin Branagh, it would say "Brought to you by the man who bleached Thor's eyebrows." That's what his credit would be.
It would be. That's
Yeah.
a great joke. I love that.
Yeah.
That has to be. Yeah. They should
It's-
work together just for that joke.
It's the same thing where he's like...
The
where-
movie be worth that joke.
It's
you
the
know?
same for Deadpool 2 where he's like, brought to you by the studio who killed Wolverine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
My point is, though, New Mutants is harmful to the MCU brand. It
Yeah.
just is. Even though it's not attached to the MCU, it's still a Marvel movie with mutants in it from the X-Men franchise, and it's released under Disney.
Sorry.
Just sneak that under the fucking under the door.
But do you think the reason they're holding back on it is because they can't decide whether to keep it in canon or not, because it features the first LGBT mutants?
And then do they get backlash?
Yeah.
If they just sneak that under the door, like, oh, he's trying to sneak those characters by us.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, internet police, cancel culture, get on them, Twitter.
Yeah,
Bring it down. Bring the mess house down.
Do you think Kevin Feige wants to hold on to them for that LGBT
I think
thing?
Kevin Feige wants to shoot that movie in the back of its head. That's what I think. I don't think he wants to sneak that under any door. He just wants to throw it in a skip. That's dead. I say he hates the idea. Even if he likes the movie, he didn't have a hand in making it. No, don't you dare taint my brand that he's been building for well over a decade now.
Apparently Deadpool 3 is facing problems because it's going to taint the brand of Marvel, which is interesting.
Which I foreseen and did not believe for a second when they said, oh, we can make R-rated material. No, you can't.
No.
No, you
I
can't.
hope
It's
they
on
do.
Hulu. It's not on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
I wonder.
Like, I want them to.
Yeah, me too.
But don't believe them. Don't
No.
believe them for a second.
No.
Are you going to make a character that snorts cocaine? And then
Snorts a lot of cocaine.
butchers some people and makes a lot of dodgy jokes?
Dodgy jokes.
No
yeah.
way. There's no way. I want the Disney R-rated banner.
Yeah. What
Like-
what should you call it? Disney After Dark?
Disney After Dark.
DAD? Dad?
DAD. Love it.
Under Dad Productions.
Disney After Dark. I
Hell
like
yeah.
it. Disney Dark even.
And then you could put...
Double D, man. Double D.
Double D. Hell yeah.
Double dip into the double D.
Speaking of Ds, let's move on to the DC Fandome.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I need to simmer down after my New Mutants talk.
Simmer down,
Just
y'all.
release it. Just release it.
Just put it out.
Disney Plus is starved of original content,
Yeah.
and Artemis Fowl is not going to quench your thirst.
And New Mutants will at least spark interest in Disney Plus again. You know, Artemis Fowl has clearly not done that.
And then we make 5 episodes of the Disney Gallery at the making of. Like, you could make 5 episodes of just the post-production alone on New Mutants. It's been in post-production for so long. Well, I'm sure it's just been locked. Like, the movie's been done for ages. It's gathering dust.
Do you think they like sent it around the studio and were like, okay, so we want you to watch this, and then everyone vote whether you think it's good or not, and then it came back a perfect 50-50 split, and they're like, fuck, I don't know what to do now?
Either that, or it's just put in a warehouse like the ending of Indiana Jones Crystal Skull, and it's just put there, and like eventually we'll get back to that.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No, it's, you remember the last one though?
Crystal Skull starts in the warehouse.
But does it not? Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Starts in the warehouse.
Forget it. Yeah. Forget what I was saying. My point. I ruined it.
I know what you're talking about, though. Where
and then we see all the movies that they've done this treatment to.
I love that. What an ending! What a big balls ending, by the way.
Amazing.
Where they just put the arc away and then it just pans out and it's just.
And then what a sequel that follows.
Yeah, with aliens.
Aliens. It's what Indiana Jones was always missing.
Yeah, it is. More Sean Connery. That's what I want in my Indiana
And that's
Jones.
our DC Fandome.
Yeah, that's our DC Fandome
breakdown.
review. No, okay. So DC Fandome is going to be a free global 24-hour convention on August 22nd where everyone is going to be there, as in everyone is going to Skype in or Zoom
from
in
their
or
living
something.
room.
It's going to be hosted by
many people, maybe.
Potentially.
If it's a 24-hour experience.
There's a website dedicated to it where they have like a blog as to who's going to be there and everything. So
there's everyone seems to be there. See,
yeah.
What do they mean by there? You mean they're in their all these big actors have their own office, don't they? So they're just in their office.
They free up an hour of their day.
Can we get Henry Cavill in there in his blue tank top?
And can he be gaming on the other screen?
Yes!
Just be like,
that's what I want.
Can't wait for the Zack Snyder cut. He's like clicking over here like this.
Yes!
Yeah.
Sorry, what? Yeah, Man of Steel. Some
beautiful model comes in and he's like, go away. Not now.
Yeah.
Not now.
No, she feeds him protein bars.
Yeah.
Full amount of food. And he makes out with her, and then he gets back to gaming. Man of Steel too.
Yeah. But no, DC Fandome. So we already had a Zack Snyder teaser for Justice League that we're going to get into, but he has said the Snyder cut, Zack Snyder's Justice League, will be at the panel.
Yeah, it's going to participate. Now it is kind of like Comic-Con, because Comic-Con is now online this year because of the virus that shall not be named.
Yeah, Opal Cobalt Cowboy virus.
Sure. So so Comic-Con are doing their own thing, and I kind of like how Disney are like, yeah, bro, we got this. Yeah. And they're just doing their own event. 24 hours. I don't know why they say 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like, who's the guy, the David Ayer
cut?
It's going to be announced. The David Ayer cut is going to be announced at the last minute of it. And there's guys waiting 24 hours of other content.
They need something at the end for people to stick around for. It's got to be the Batman trailer. That's got to be the most exciting thing.
Can they do? Well, it could be the Suicide Squad trailer because it's been finished.
I don't want this Suicide Squad. I would not stick around. Oh wait, sorry, the Suicide Squad. Yeah. Potentially, I'd watch that trailer.
And then it ends with, and hey, by the way, the haircut's coming out. See us.
Woo. Do you think?
No, I'm just trying to think of like Batman was filming for around 2 months.
Yeah.
They say they've got a third of it made.
Yeah.
So it'd be a really small teaser if they're going to release a teaser for it.
That's okay.
And it's also coming out, like, I think it's like October next year, where, no, I think the Suicide Squad's maybe August of next year, but it's been in post-production for a few months now. So they have all the footage there. You know what I mean? That's just all I'm thinking of.
If you could have 3 things in the Batman reveal trailer, what would it be? The 3 things.
The 3 things. I want to see Robert Pattinson's full suit and the car.
Full suit and car.
But I want that as one.
That's 1 point. Yeah, that's fine.
I want to see him shirtless.
Okay, that's 2 points.
I want to see him shirtless. And I really want to see, out of all the bad guys and like that, I want to see Zoe Kravitz in her Catwoman suit.
Okay, I see that.
Now, I want everything else as well.
Totally.
Imagine it ended with a Joker reveal, because that's like a heavy rumor right now.
Oh, I don't think the Joker's going to be in this movie.
I don't think he is either, but whatever. You never know.
I think
Willem Dafoe is what everyone wants to be the Joker, which is a great choice for the Joker.
He's
by
a bit
the way.
old.
I don't know, man. I think if you just throw damage on his forehead, it'd work.
He'd be young again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because only young people get stupid tattoos. Unless you're Ben Affleck. It's been a while since we ragged on that one, Ben.
Hey, Ben's Batman in my eyes.
Yeah, he is. I think this is Batman Lovers and Madmen, right? For
anyone who's listening, by the way.
Listening, I'm holding up the cover. It's by Michael Green, who wrote Heroes, the first season.
The TV series.
The TV series Heroes, so don't worry about that. I think it's a good kind of way to do the Joker that's... it plays into comic book accurate. It's a bit darker, and it also feeds into a more naive Batman, which I like. And if that's the route they're going with the Batman series, I think this would be a good way to do the Joker. But yeah, I don't think he should be in the first movie. There's too many villains.
No, me too. But we already have the Penguin.
Yeah.
Played by Colin Farrell. Paul Dano as the Riddler. The casting is just magnificent on this. When we have Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, we don't really know how she's going to be depicted. Is she going to be like the mastermind or the thief, the
Paul
cat burglar?
Paul Dano has to, I think, is the big villain of this.
I hope so,
because
the fan art of him, in all different iterations,
we put it up on our page
of Riddler. Is just magnificent. I love it.
I think he's going to be the villain, and he's going to be doing some kind of gang war, basically, that Batman's going to be stuck in the middle of, and then right at the end, it's revealed that he was pulling the strings the whole time.
Well, the gang war can be the Riddler versus Penguin.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
Or even
throw Batman in there. What a sandwich.
Or even it's the Penguin versus like Falcone or something like that, and then you realize at the end that the Riddler was just pulling everyone's strings the whole time, and that leads into
sounds like Hush, like
the detective aspect of it, which is what they're going for.
Yep.
A Batman who's a bit naive and a bit,
he's new to the game. But yet they're gonna really lean into his detective skills as well, which I'm looking forward to.
Me too.
I'm really looking forward.
I want
to
a smart Batman.
I'm so into this movie.
Yeah, me too. I imagine we're going to get a bearded, rugged Robert Pattinson at one stage when he's coming back to Wayne Manor.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
And the door opens and it's...
Subscribe into this.
The door opens and it's... what's his name? From Apes?
Andy Serkis.
He's like,
from Apes.
Master Bruce, you've returned. And then that's he's going to be like, I'm back, Alfred.
I'm in. I'm so in.
I can't wait to see Zoe Kravitz in the Catwoman suit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. The Rock is coming, by the way, to DC Fandome.
For Black Adam.
Fandome.
For Black Adam.
Yeah.
The evil...
I hope we get some specific details of what's going on there.
Or some concept art. Or something.
Yeah, because it's been... it was announced, I think it's December now. Everything was pushed back.
Yeah.
Because of the virus that shall not be named. So I'd love to see some actors maybe announced, or is Shazam going to be a part of it? Or... Because most likely he's not going to be a part of it. But I kind of want to know, like, is that who... Henry Cavill, is that the movie that Henry Cavill's going to be in? Because they're saying that he's coming back as Superman, but maybe in a supporting role, which really annoys me. I want a Man of Steel 2.
I know, me too.
I want a Man of Steel 2.
I think for the Suicide Squad, even if we just got character trailers where we just reveal who everyone is in the movie, that would be pretty cool.
Supposedly for Comic-Con years ago, when the Guardians of the Galaxy just started filming, they were like 2.5 weeks into filming.
Yeah.
Comic-Con happened, and James Gunn, my best mate, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll get into that, but they went to Comic-Con and revealed, the footage where they get all in the prison.
Yeah.
And you kind of get like a little character detail of, here's Groot, he's a blah blah blah, he's a tree, and it's Vin Diesel, but he's not fat.
What a bunch of a-holes.
Exactly, that scene. Yeah, and you have Robert Pattinson doing Chris Pratt doing his wind up.
Oh man, I didn't know what this thing did. I'm so sorry.
That was what they showed at it.
You see, that's
perfectly
perfect.
Do that.
Yeah.
For the Suicide Squad.
Not replicating it, because then everyone's going to be like, he's just making Guardians again.
Fuck it, man. If it's good enough, I don't care.
Yeah,
Actually, don't care. And they're going to do a breakdown like that in the film.
Yeah. I want to see who John Cena's playing, because apparently James Gunn has been having so much fun with that.
Yeah, he told me about that. He rang me and told me about that.
Ian and James Gunn have been tweeting at each other on YouTube.
We actually had a back and forth.
He liked one of your comments as well.
I'm such a nerd that when he just wrote something up and I responded really quickly, and then he responded, my heart started thumping through my chest. If I was wearing a jacket, you could still see my heart beat.
It was like a cartoon heartbeat where it was just out like this.
Yeah, like the mask.
Yeah.
And we just had a little back and forth, and my smile was bigger than my head.
You're so downplaying how excited you were about this. I love it.
Oh my god, I had a nerd boner. That's what I did. I was like, oh my god. I
was jealous, supremely jealous.
And then I texted him and was like, me and James Gunn.
No big deal. No big deal, whatever. But
Jay Gunny, I call him now.
Jay Gunny. So yeah, is that everything that's going to be
calls
there?
me Top Dog.
Does he?
Everyone calls me Top Dog, but now he calls me Top Dog.
He calls you Top Dog as well. Yeah. So is that everything? Oh, Zack Snyder. There was a teaser for Justice League that came out.
Yeah.
A bit of monologue from, is it Lex Luthor?
It's Lex Luthor. It's Jesse Eisenberg. The bell has been rung.
The bell's been rung.
Ding ding ding.
And
I actually love that. Love that. No.
Yeah, whatever.
I do love that. I don't love him as Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
But I did like him when he was a psychopath at the end of Justice League.
And
because his whole thing of like the devil and the demons, they're not going to come.
Gods
from the
don't
ground.
come from the ground; they come from the sky.
They come from the sky.
Or devils, yeah.
The devils, yeah. I did love that.
Yeah.
To an extent. I mean, like, I know it's wrapped in a bad movie.
Well, his dad always taught him to fear God and everything because his dad would beat him or whatever the fuck. So Lionel.
I'm sure everyone has seen the teaser by now, but it actually infuriates me because they used CGI at the end of it, the big dark side reveal.
Yeah. And it's basically just a gif of the photo that we saw, and it's like
it's out of focus.
Yeah.
It's blurry. Why do that?
They start punching in on them and you're like, oh, we're gonna get a close up.
I just want to see.
It's like so far out.
It's so hard to I can't understand the picture. And do you know what? Right, so I was in work and I was like, oh shit, there's like a Zack Snyder's Justice League teaser.
Yeah.
Watched it on my phone and Gal Gadot's at the start of it, whatever.
She's looking at a carving of Darkseid.
I actually love the look of that, where she got like the flame torch and all like that, and you have Lex Luthor's dialogue in the background saying like the bell can't be unrung and all like that, and then it cuts to Darkseid, and it was so blurry on my phone, and I was going, oh, is it just the internet connection, and maybe it's my phone, I can't fully comprehend what I'm seeing because the phone screen's so small. So the second I got home, iPad, the next thing up, 4 times the size, watch it, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I can't make that out. Maybe it's my internet, maybe it's just the iPad or whatever. So I went onto my TV, big ass TV, watched a few different versions of it. You know, there's like bootleg trailers, Joe Blow or whatever, and it looked terrible. So then I found HBO Max's official channel, watched it. Gal Gadot was in super high definition, looking as beautiful as ever, and then it comes to the Darkseid thing, and I was like, it's still blurry, it's still out of focus. What are we doing? And I know the Snyder apologists who are out there, they're in this cult. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're going to say Snyder works in mysterious ways.
Yeah. That's the motto of the Snyder Cut. Snyder works in mysterious ways, much like God.
Yeah, exactly. It's a religion. It's a religion.
That's why Superman's Jesus in the movies.
Well, why do you think that the Snyder Cut is going to be amazing? Fate. That's what it is. Even though I want to see it, and I hope it's decent. I hope it's consumable. I want to just nail this point I'm trying to make. Is then when I watched it, it was totally out of focus, so blurry, and people are going to say, well, the effects are just not finished. You watch most trailers, the effects aren't finished. It doesn't mean you can't understand what you're looking at. It just means that the finer details, the textures are just not perfect yet. Like, if you watch was it Jurassic World, the first trailer got loads of shit because a lot of the dinosaurs looked kind of animated, looked a bit like cartoonish because they weren't finished. Like, you watch the movie, it's still not amazing, but the CGI wasn't finished. You still understood what you were looking at. Nothing was out of focus, nothing was blurry, just that those textures to make it look even a little bit more realistic hadn't been done yet. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like the skin hadn't got pores yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Sorry, I want to get that off my chest because it's infuriating.
Yeah.
It's such a great looking scene. Like, let me see it though.
Yeah.
I can't understand it.
Why didn't we punch in more on Darkseid? I don't get it.
And why can't I just not? Why is it out of focus? Why is it blurry?
It's not a very good teaser for the beginning.
I think if I could see him, if it went in a little bit further and it was fully in focus, I'd at least appreciate it more. Because it is nice to go, hey, it's a real thing. Mm-hmm. It exists.
Totally.
Remember, people said it didn't exist. Look, it exists.
You even see the tonal differences in it as well.
Easily, straight away.
Do you think there are elements of Justice League that were actually part of Zack Snyder's vision?
Sorry,
you alright? Take a breather. I'm going to talk
I'm
for
sorry,
a bit.
I went a bit mental there. I didn't mean to hijack the podcast for a second there.
Do you think there are elements of Zack Snyder's vision that made it into Justice League that he is now changing slightly to be more appealing to fans because he knows there was a bad reaction to them?
That is an interesting question. And I want to say yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting, actually. I never thought of that. Yeah, he's adjusting things that where his vision, and he's like, oh, that Joss Whedon, hey?
Yeah.
That Joss Whedon, huh?
Do you think there's an element to that? Do you think... Because he said when it came out that there's parts of his vision there. It's not his full vision, but there's definitely parts of it. Do you think that, you know...
We already said this, context is king. Like, a lot of that was just manipulation of the context, but scenes are in there that already existed.
So is he just going to leave those scenes the same and put in more context, or is he going to change them around to make them seem better because now he knows the fan reaction to them was bad?
Which is a weird way to approach a movie, but I kind of like it.
Yeah. He already knows how people reacted to that scene, so is he going to provide the context that he already had, or is he going to change the context he had to fit how people would like to see it?
How much can he change? Like, I think there was a lot of negative reactions to how Steppenwolf looked.
Now his original vision for Steppenwolf
was different.
If you look at Batman v Superman, is completely different. He's more monstrous.
Yeah, but
less
still,
human.
maybe the CGI was going to be a similar kind of way.
Yeah.
Because even the CGI... the problem was Thanos.
Yeah.
Thanos.
Yeah.
You know, Thanos existed, and we've seen how he looked, and then we see how Steppenwolf looks. And we're like, one is off here. Also, one doesn't look like the other.
Even to choose Steppenwolf as the villain is so stupid.
Jossie boy.
That's not Josh. That was in Batman v Superman.
I know, but it's just at the end. It's a teaser. It didn't even make it in unless you're watching the extended cut.
I know, but still, I'm like, why Steppenwolf? No one knows who he is. I know who he is, but you shouldn't go off what I know.
I knew who he was after I watched the movie and I Googled it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wikipedia, thank you.
It's so stupid. Yeah, but like people forget that the decisions made in Batman v Superman were entirely his own as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Like, Steppenwolf is a terrible idea for a villain.
Yeah.
You know? He's uninteresting. He's Darkseid's general, and there's nothing interesting has ever happened with him in the comics ever. So, like, for him to be the main villain, and sure, he's like, well, Darkseid was going to be in it, okay?
Yeah.
I always had plans to put Darkseid in it. That's fine. But Steppenwolf is a boring step to Darkseid, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not interesting at all. Whereas you could have had so many more interesting characters where you could do it, and it's just, I don't know. That's all him.
Yeah, I know, and I do love that question though of like, will he retroactively change things that already existed in the movie? Now, I do think nearly everything is changed context-wise when it comes to Joss Whedon's take on the Justice League. So I do like that. That's really interesting though, because he's already been tinkering with this. He says that he hasn't watched Justice League yet though.
It's got to be a lie. He's seen a cut. He must, or maybe he doesn't want his vision to be tainted. But then again, how many people have tweeted at him saying parts of Justice League that they didn't like?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering as well. Yeah. I was like, how can you respond to them if you haven't seen it?
I know.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I didn't mean to go crazy on the teaser because actually, do you know what? Like, I've made fun of the Snyder Cut, but I'm really glad it's actually happening. First of all, I love Ben Affleck. I actually do love Ben. We slag him all the time. The man is dating Ana de Armas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. People who are driving, I'm sorry, you probably just crashed your car. Yeah. You just crashed your car. But yeah, he's smashing that every night. And he better be smashing it multiple times every night.
You gotta take it while it lasts.
Exactly, man. He probably has no stamina until he met her, and it's like diamond cutter for a penis.
Like a young man again.
So, why I was so angry is because, like, after all of this and all the work that people did, now maybe it's not his doing, and maybe Warner Brothers just jumped the gun way too fast, but like, don't piss on us. You know that way? Like, give the fans something that's legitimate. Don't give us a half-hour CGI scene that is blurry. I don't understand the blurriness. I just still don't understand it. I don't know how many trailers we've seen. You're like, that CGI is bad, but I can see it. Mm-hmm. It's in focus.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
I mean, I think and I know the Snyder fans are like, no, our master gave us some crumbs.
It's perfect.
No, you shouldn't be like that. You worked your asses off.
You're allowed to criticize.
You bullied Warner Brothers.
Yeah, you bastards.
Warner Brothers like, oh, I'm sorry, just take something.
Do you think that original fight scene, like, that was set years in the past in Justice League with the Green Lantern and everything, that originally had Darkseid and not Steppenwolf there? Do you think that was the case?
There's so many questions, and I know around 1 billion movie podcasts are going to do it, but I'd love to do Justice League versus Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, see what the difference is.
You know, when it comes out. the Joster League versus
Joster League.
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Soy boy beta cook Josh Whedon's Justice League versus hard ass alpha males Zack Snyder.
Sorry, I need to simmer down after
we got off of it and then we came back to it.
I was like, I still got some
some
words up there.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we're excited for the DC Fandome. It's new, it's interesting, it's going to have a lot there.
Suicide Squad is going to be fun.
Yeah, we're just talking about the movie announcements, but there's going to be comic book stuff as well. DC big changes are in the works, I'm sure. I think they're doing another Crisis event, which is DC's big
I was going to say that. I wonder if they'll announce... It might be early days, but will they announce the new Batwoman?
Yeah.
Because did you see they're changing the character?
They're changing the character.
So it's not going to be... I forget her name. Batwoman.
Well, Cassandra Cain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be someone else.
They
might do... They've already introduced Alfred's daughter in it.
Okay.
So maybe they'll have her take over.
Because surely that's going to start filming soon, because everything's starting to get back to normal. Like,
all the
slowly.
CW shows are coming back and everything.
Yeah, just got some backlog.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll I wonder if they'll announce that as well.
It'll be interesting anyway.
Not that interested in it, I'm just saying.
Yeah. You know,
CW will definitely have a presence.
You know what would be cool, by the way? James Gunn is already friends with Michael Rosenbaum. Imagine he made him Lex Luthor in the Suicide Squad movie. Wouldn't that be pretty cool?
I have information on that.
Do you?
Yeah, he rang me.
Oh yeah?
No, I don't. I'd love that though. I would so love that. He is my favourite Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
He really is.
And Ian doesn't care what anyone says. He said it before. I don't
care. Yeah, no, I love him as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he's a great choice. But anyway, should we move on to our exciting straight to series project that's been in the works? So a while back we were talking about Robert Pattinson's fitness regime, and Ian made a passing comment saying, "You could be Batman" to me. And that kind of stuck in my mind.
Well, will we say why you could be Batman? Like, you're 6'1".
I'm 6'1".
Isn't Ben Affleck 6'1", 6'2"?
He's 6'1", 6'2", yeah. Robert Pattinson's the same. I've got a decent build despite my fatness. My genetics was working hard to make me look good, and my lifestyle is working hard to make me look bad. So that kind of stuck in my head, and we were living in the controversy of Robert Pattinson wasn't working out.
Yeah, he said to GQ magazine that he doesn't want to be a part of the problem
and everything, and we were like, well,
he thinks working out too much is a part of the problem.
Yeah,
like making that mantle of like a sculpted superhero, like say Henry Cavill or something like that,
unobtainable.
He didn't want to set a bad precedent.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want to be part of the problem, a problem that he sees is there. Yeah. But the argument was, you're playing Batman, you kind of have to be big.
He doesn't have superpowers.
So I kind of got in my head that it'd be like, wouldn't it be good if we could come up with some way of spinning him working out into a positive,
or him not working out,
and we could turn it into something positive and potentially shame him into working out with us was the idea. So that's when we came up with Better Than Batman, which is where I am going to work out consistently for 8 weeks currently, but we may extend it after that, and I'm going to try and get in better shape than Robert Pattinson over that time. So I'm a week in now at the moment. As you can see, I'm already in peak physical condition.
Sore all over.
It's just 7 weeks of cutting down weight and everything now. I've started. I have two good friends. Both of them personal trainers who I trust with my life anyway, but now I'm seriously trusting them with my life.
You're their project.
Yeah, I'm their project, and they are like, I've known them for years, and the two of them were so excited about the idea. They've drawn up a regime, they've drawn up nutrition plans for me.
He was schooling me on these new push-ups and all like that.
Oh my god, I've been... So much shit is just being thrown at me. And so we were hoping to create this thing where we were going to start a Twitter trend, and we were trying to get people to work out with us, not to be better than Batman, but to just get people out there and everything. And then this week, Robert Pattinson announced his workout regime.
He's doing some work.
He's doing some work. So we have it up here because, again, we don't want to misquote him, much like last time. Naturally, when this came out, I was a bit disheartened because I saw it right after I worked out.
Because he made it sound like he's gonna run a bit. Yeah, he's gonna be super lean, and that's about it.
We've seen the pictures, and he's not looking big. But now he's revealed that he's doing gym. He's getting abs fast. Has involved a regular 5-minute cardio workout, then a circuit of bicycle crunches, dumbbell side bends, double crunches, and a Superman with 3 sets of 25 reps per move. That is a lot.
Yeah,
that is
it's
a lot.
And there's a lot of money behind him. So there's a personal trainer.
Yeah.
And there's a tailored diet.
There's a guy delivering meals and everything.
And these workouts, like these specific exercises, are tailored for certain parts of his body to make it look like he's a superhero.
Also, the level of detail we have in his workout regime is so reactionary to the fact that he said he wasn't working out. So he's also doing running. Pattinson will run 5 to 10K 3 or 4 times per week.
By the way, watch what you say.
Yeah, I know.
People love Batman. You know the way, like, why did he have to say this in the first place? I've been fighting his corner forever. I was like one of my only friends who was like, yeah, but you need to watch
convinced me.
Good Time. Watch Good Time. I'm telling you. I was actually ashamed that I used to call him a bad actor. Now, Twilight, come on.
Yeah.
You didn't give me much to work with from the start.
Hey. Kristen Stewart is playing Princess Di, okay? These people have grown up. They can do whatever they want now.
I guess.
Anyway, back to
She can ride anyone she wants.
Hell yeah.
Director or actor.
Even if she's cheating on a dude, it's okay because she's a lesbian now.
Oh, yeah, is she?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well.
Anyway.
Whatevs.
But yeah, so... What were you saying about Robert Pattinson?
I was just saying, like, I've been fighting his corner, and then he's on GQ magazine going, I ain't working out.
And it's like, come on, you're playing Batman.
I'm not a part of the problem. Like, you're Batman. Batman has no superpowers.
Yeah.
He needs to use strength, agility, strategy,
he needs to use
some sweet, cool gadgets.
Exactly.
And his great jawline.
Exactly. So everyone we were told about this had the same reaction. Why the fuck isn't he working out? So it was going to be this big movement, and now... This week, as we're ready to announce that we were going to do this, he puts out his fucking workout routine. So, I'm not going to stop because, I'm already doing it and I'm enjoying it. And it can
have me working out more.
Yeah.
Already, because you're just like, I'm seeing you like you're into this, you know, that way you're committed.
I had a moment of weakness when I saw this and I was like, oh, well, what's the point now? But no, you know what? Instead, I'm going to try and get in better shape than Robert Pattinson without using steroids. I should point that out.
And we know he's not. You know he's the guy who's not.
No.
If he came out saying that he's not working out, I don't think he's going to be using the super sauce.
And I should specify, we're not using steroids because we disagree with them. We're not using them because we don't have access to the good stuff. So I'm going to try and hopefully... Other people can get involved, start working out as well. It was meant to be this thing where we're going to tweet at Robert Pattinson and be like, hey, everyone's working out to be better than Batman.
Yeah.
But now...
Because he doesn't want to be part of the problem. Like, okay.
Okay, cool.
We'll make this
We're going to make a positive thing. We wanted to make something positive to get him moving and everything, and then he fucked us.
Yeah, he did.
If I'd started a week earlier, we could have claimed that we had caused this, but unfortunately... But yeah, so that was our Straight to Series project. I'm very excited about it. Hopefully you'll see some changes of the podcast.
We're going to actually grate cheese on your abs.
Hopefully by the end
next
of this.
7 weeks.
And then at the end of this, I'm going to do a Henry Cavill dehydration photo shoot. And then after that, I'm going to pack all that pounds back on, baby. Yeah. And that's going to be the most fun bit. But yeah, so we were very excited about this. It's been in the works for a while. Robert Pattinson ruined it, but whatever.
Bobby Pat's, man. Bobby Pat's got us good.
I'm still excited, and I think we can still make this a positive thing. So, we want everyone, we're going to start using the hashtag Better Than Batman. Try and get out there, just work out in some way.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll make Robert Pattinson realize that, hey, working out isn't a problem.
It's not a problem.
It's actually a pretty good thing.
I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
But we don't expect him to look like he's chiseled. Like, I know that he's carved from marble.
No.
You know that way? And I don't need him to be as hard as marble. But I want him to look like Batman.
I want you to look like Batman.
I want him to look like Batman.
Batman can have a bit of bad weight on him. He takes a lot of beatings every night,
Careful now.
Oh,
Careful
yeah, sorry.
now.
Slightly. He can look slightly pudgy.
Yeah, I don't need him to look like Ben Affleck in Batman versus Superman.
No.
Because he's not Ben Affleck.
No, he isn't. His body type isn't the same.
But I don't want him to look like Ben Affleck in Justice League.
Or the way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our exciting new news. So Better Than Batman. Maybe we'll check in every week. I mean, you'll see me. If you watch this podcast, you'll see what I look like.
Yeah.
Maybe
his t-shirts will start looking smaller.
Hopefully. I've already wore a bigger t-shirt today. No, not really. That was just happened. Yeah.
Facilitate your muscular posture
growth.
now.
So yeah, that's we're still very excited about it. Hopefully it works out.
I'm going to do better than Jamie Foxx.
You're going to do better than Jamie Foxx?
Have you seen Jamie Foxx?
Oh my god, he looks like the man who ate Jamie Foxx.
First of all, someone please buy him a new camera phone.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what he's using, a Nokia 3210 or something like that.
I need some fucking good pictures of him.
Yeah.
Also,
because he's playing Mike Tyson.
Also, Jamie, if you could hook us up with the steroids you're using,
oh my god,
that would be
man's
great.
52.
Yeah,
man's 52.
Man's 52, and he's looking like young Mike Tyson.
It's crazy.
Yeah, check that out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, so that's better than Batman. You know, hopefully we can get people involved, get people out there.
And it could be it might end up being almost as good as Batman.
It might end up being pretty good for a guy who's not famous, Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm still very excited about it. I'm still going to be doing it, and yeah, hopefully.
And thanks, Bobby, for fucking us.
Thanks for fucking us, Robert. No, I'm really glad you're working out now, and we want to convince you that it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
So that's why we're starting this. We've found a way of making it work, despite the fact you're working out now.
And all those steroids are in the post for you.
Yeah, those steroids we sent you.
We hooked you up.
We hooked you up. We hooked you up with the bad stuff that we didn't want to use.
I went to a gym. I found the dodgiest looking guy. Happened to be Russian. Happened to be Russian.
No,
just happened to be Russian.
You find the guy with the worst form but the biggest muscles.
Oh, he looks huge.
Yeah.
He was. Do you know what he was doing?
What?
When I went up to him, he was doing hammer curls.
Yeah.
While laughing at people running on treadmills.
Yeah, that was it. That's how he does it.
He was like a Russian villain. And he hooked me up with the best juice possible.
He was doing bicep curls with a bar, but every time he pulled up, he was just jerking his back and then down.
It's a twist. It's a twist and jerk. It's a twist and jerk.
You want to pull the hammer and then you twist and you jerk it back. Like, oh, my back actually just hurt a little bit from doing that.
And he was just laughing at people doing cardio. So yeah, they're in the post for you there, Bobby Pats, and you get you juiced.
Yeah, we're gonna convince you that it's a good thing to work out. And yeah, I think that's our podcast. Oh, Hunk and Skunk.
Ooh, well.
Skunk.
I don't want to give it to the young kid because I think that's bullying.
Yes.
I already said he had a big head. Yeah. And I feel bad for that.
You did.
But it made me laugh.
It did. Made me laugh too.
Skunk.
Kenneth Branagh.
Yes. Kenneth Branagh. First of all, hands off Thor's eyebrows.
Yeah.
And hands off films.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hands off.
So bad. That was so bad.
Irish lore. Give it to an Irish person next time, or someone who respects it at least.
Someone who can make a goddamn movie.
Yeah.
And
Hunk,
I don't want to like I don't want to give it to Jamie Foxx, but I do want to give it to Jamie Foxx. Goddamn dime piece of a man.
No, he doesn't get it for that fucking camera phone bullshit.
Yeah. First of all, get a new camera.
Hunk goes to James Gunn, your new best friend.
James Gunny.
James Gunn.
Jay Gunn.
Thank you for tweeting at us. Don't worry, we know you're sending followers our way. We haven't exactly got them yet, but we know they're coming.
In the post.
Don't worry, we know you're sending. We know you're straight to series. You've checked us out now.
When Robert Pattinson gets his juice, we'll probably end up getting all those followers.
All those followers that he's sending our way.
It's just lost in the post right now.
Yeah. We definitely,
because of the virus that shall not be named.
Yeah, and we're gonna dick ride you for the rest of your career, James Gunn, because
I'm gonna put that on my CV. That interaction's going on my curriculum vitae.
A printout of the Twitter exchange.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, and he liked that one. He didn't respond, but he liked that.
He liked it, and he didn't like anyone else's. He didn't like anyone else's.
Because I counted.
You did. I know you counted. All right, well, that's our show. We hope you enjoyed Straight to Series, episode 47. Make sure to like, subscribe, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Instagram's where we do most
of our
work. We have a new
Clips channel on YouTube.
Yeah, check her out. Where we actually talk about Robert Pattinson and his lack of working out, even though he kind of fucked us. But, it's in there.
Hopefully on Twitter. I'm going to start being more active on Twitter about Better Than Batman and other stuff. I'm going to take over because now that Ian's spoken to James Gunn, I need to get me some famous people.
Yeah. Topless picks coming your way.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. We'll see. I have topless picks from the first week, and they're not very great. They were being real nice to me. They were like, "Oh, your chest is good for you." I'm like, "Thank you."
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you, and we'll be back next week.
We will. Bye.
See you then.
What are we gonna do next week?
We might review The Way Back by Ben Affleck because it's been on our list for ages.
And one of us has watched it and someone else hasn't.
Yeah. And so our subject don't really want to talk about it.
I made it seem like he hasn't watched it, but I'm the one who hasn't watched it.
And then we might review the Eurovision
movie
that's coming out, the Will Ferrell, Rachel McAdams movie, because it's going to be on Netflix.
Dan Stevens
Pierce
Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. James Bond's in it.
James Bond's
in the movie.
We'll watch it.
So we might watch that as well. Hopefully it's really funny. Actually, the trailer looks kind of good. Check it out.
And we're going to review Flight of the Conchords, both seasons.
Are we?
No, we're not. No, I'm just watching it at the moment and I love it.
So yeah, thanks for listening and we will catch you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
#BetterThanBatman.